There we go. Okay. Hi everybody. I'm Allie Cleek and I am out of Virginia Beach and I live here with my two kids, 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my husband and my dog, who you might hear bark here in a second. And I am a former special education teacher, and I never, ever, ever, ever saw myself in the direct selling space, much less selling CBD. I kind of got started in the direct selling space after I had my first child. My husband and I both were teachers at the time and felt like the pressure of the added daycare expense. And a friend had told me about another company in the skincare realm, and I fell in love with it because I didn't have to, tutor or work outside the home. I was able to be home with my new baby and making a little extra income while I was at home. And I was with that company for about 4 years and I enjoyed it. But there came a time where I no longer felt like my income was matching my effort. And I was, scrolling Instagram one day, kind of like you and I do all the time. And my friend Emily was posting about this new company, Green Compass. And I watched what I knew of Emily, and then I watched how she was posting now, and I was like, wow, like she has really changed her entire life. Like, what is she doing? I want to know. And so I asked all the questions. And long story short, I joined Emily, and what took me 4 years to build with my previous company, I surpassed in like 3 weeks. And that's not because I changed or anything I did change. It's because the company was different. The products were different. It was just a completely different industry. And so enough about me. I'm gonna kind of go into how Green Compass came about, our company's story. Our founder, her name is Meredith Cook, and Green Compass was founded because she really wasn't feeling like herself mentally or physically after she gave birth to her second child. And her brother Brooks Bailey was using CBD to recover from different running things he did. And he recommended it to Meredith. And she tried it, and she had tried several kinds of CBD, and she felt a little bit better each time, but she was unable to find a brand that she felt was transparent or consistent or clean that she trusted enough to give to her family. I don't know about you guys, but when I want to give something to my kids, I kind of look at the ingredients a little more because I don't want to just give them anything. So that was always in the back of Meredith's head. And so she went to her husband, Sterling Cook, who had spent most of his career working in organic commercial farms and production. And they identified that there was obviously a need in the market. And they partnered with George and Adam Wooten. They were longtime friends, and they're sixth generation farmers. And they kind of, developed this hemp plant that was clean and it was organic and it was exactly what Meredith wanted. And this product immediately began to change their lives and their friends' lives and their family members' lives. And then Green Compass quickly became, the leading brand in a category that they created, what we call hemp-based wellness. But what's kind of crazy is CBD in general is the Wild West. It is 100% unregulated. And that's because 80% of the CBD on the market is 80% of the hemp on the market is grown in China. And in China, they use hemp to clean the air. So it's full of toxins and pollutants and contaminants. And what a lot of companies are doing is they're importing the hemp from China and they're bottling it up and putting a label on it and giving it to their consumer with no regard to the quality because they're more worried about making a quick buck. And that's not what Green Compass is about. We have the U.S. Hemp Authority Seal of Approval. We're certified USDA organic, and our farms are organic. And, a 5-mile radius around our farms are organic. We are 100% committed to being that trusted resource. And another thing that kind of makes us stand apart is we're vertically integrated. And I didn't know what that meant when I joined, but basically what it means is we're completely farm to family. So we plant the crops, we grow it, we harvest it, we extract it, we bottle it, we package it, we ship it. It's straight from our farmers to our consumers. And then I just like to add this little tidbit because it happened recently. Meredith and Sterling were actually just in DC where they were asked to sit at the hemp roundtable, and they were talking to Congress about the regulations surrounding the industry because they were identified as leaders that are doing the right thing in such a murky um, industry. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, and then very briefly, I'm just going to kind of go into what is CBD, what does it do, and then a few of our products. Maybe you know what CBD is and maybe you don't. When I joined, maybe I'm just naive, but I really didn't know exactly what it was. But CBD stands for cannabidiol, and that's just an incredible compound found in the cannabis plant. But the cannabis is the name of a group of plants, and it kind of splits off into separate plants. So you have the marijuana plant, which is really, really high in THC and really, really low in CBD. And that's where you're going to get your psychoactive effects. And then you have the hemp plant. And that's where you have your really, really high levels of CBD and your really, really low levels of THC. And you're not going to get any kind of psychoactive effects from the hemp plant. So, there's a time and a place for both of those, but as far as Green Compass is concerned, all of our products come from the hemp plant. I love to share this analogy. If marijuana were wine, hemp would be grape juice. Both come from grapes, but when consumed, they have very different properties and effects on you. So how does, CBD work in the body? Excuse me. We all have an endocannabinoid system, or ECS for short. And basically it's just receptors all over your body. And its main function is to keep you in balance. So it regulates different things from sleep, memory, appetite, mood, pain. And over time, just from, age, environmental stressors, they get depleted. And when you take CBD, it works by replenishing that ECS system. So you might feel less stressed or less overwhelmed, less pain, have better quality sleep, more energy, focus, whatever it may be. And I just like to share this, but Sarah's ECS system and Christy's ECS system look very different, So maybe Sarah struggles with energy and focus, but Christy struggles with feeling overwhelmed and pain. So very different things, but they're both going to take CBD and it's going to, bind to those receptors in their ECS system and fulfill them and balance them both out so they both find balance. So it can do so many different things for so many different people. So next, I'm just going to go into our products. We have a broad product lineup, and I'm not going to go over all of them at this time. Feel free to reach out, whoever invited you, if you're curious about more of them. I'm just going to go over our bread and butter product. The first one is our tincture, which is the oil. This comes in a variety of flavors and strengths. This is the cinnamon 750. This is just what I like. And also all of our products have a QR code on the bottom. And you can scan this from your phone. I'm sure you're familiar with this, scanning a picture menu. You can see exactly what is in the bottle and exactly what is not in the bottle. And I love showing people that. So people that are worried, they say, I get drug tested, or I worry about giving this to my child. You can scan this and see and feel comfortable sharing this with your friends and family because it's right there. And then another one of our bread and butter products are our nano jellies. Not to be confused with gummies because they are a little different than gummies, but they look like this. Well, that's actually two. They're stuck together like that. And they're water soluble. So that just means they have the max absorption. And our chief science officer found a way to actually shrink the molecules so they get absorbed into the digestive tract. So they have like a 90 to 95% absorption rate. Most gummies on the market, that's why we don't call them gummies, we call them jellies, have like a 5% absorption rate because they're not water soluble. Um, the molecules are just too big to get absorbed in the GI tract. So you'll hear a lot of people tell you, yeah, I've tried gummies, they didn't work for me. Well, yeah, you didn't really absorb any of the CBD, A, or B, there might not have been any CBD in them. And these come in limoncello. This is the limoncello flavor. And they also come in the elderberry, which is the functional flavor. I love those because I love the added elderberry immune properties. And then these come together in a bundle that's super, super discounted. So if you're new to Green Compass, this is a great way to start. You're getting to experience the Balance and Restore bundle. It includes 750 and the jellies, and it's a perfect way to support your body and mind and balance. And I am going to turn it over now to my friend Michael, who is an amazing leader, and she's out of Wilmington, North Carolina, and she's going to explain more about the business opportunity behind these products.
Thanks, Allie. Hey, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. My name's Michael Cheshire. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I live with my husband and two kiddos. I got a daughter who is 9 and a son who is 6. And we've got 2 dogs. We've got a black lab and a little Dachshund. And I love to introduce all of the family because all of us use these products, which is really cool. And my husband's actually a really big reason why I ended up involved with Green Compass in the first place. So, before Green Compass started, he was really struggling with jaw pain for a number of years. And it got to the point where he started seeing different dentists and physical therapists. He was seeing a chiropractor. He was taking ibuprofen every day. And unfortunately, nothing was helping him feel better. And so he started looking into surgery. And thankfully, before surgery, someone asked him one day, hey, have you tried CBD for that? And he hadn't. So he really quickly got onto a full spectrum CBD regimen. And it was 4 days into that journey. I always call CBD like a journey because it is a journey. You got to figure out what works for you and the time and all the things. But it was 4 days into that. And he came to me and he was like, Michael, my pain is pretty much gone. And fast forward now, that's been over 4 years and he has not complained of his jaw since. And that was a big win in our house. So when I was introduced to Green Compass, direct sales was normally a business model that 1, I didn't understand, and 2, I just turned my nose up to. But something about this opportunity really, it stuck with me because I saw firsthand what CBD did to my husband. And I thought to myself, I was like, wow, if these products helped him in this way, like who else is out there that's struggling that doesn't know about this amazing natural remedy to help them feel better? And not just with pain, like Allie was saying, but with stress, with your sleep, your mood, your appetite, so many different things. And we have the ability as advocates to help people in all those ways and with the opportunity too, which is really cool. So I kind of want to talk a little bit more about the business for y'all really fast. First, I love to chat about the CBD industry because it's pretty fascinating. It was just recently legalized in 2018, the end of 2018. And because of that recent legalization, obviously a lot of people are trying to get into this space. And currently it's about a $5 billion industry. It's projected to grow to over 47 billion by 2028. And that's an annual growth rate of 21%, which is huge, huge, huge growth. We're also in the collagen industry, which is really exciting. And it's another really fast growing industry. It's about a $9 billion space projected to grow to 16 billion by 2028. And then like Allie was saying too, we really have been recognized recently for spearheading a whole new industry, which we call hemp-based wellness. And what gets me excited about that is that we talk about the CBD industry as such an exploding industry, but the hemp plant, you guys, it has over 120 different cannabinoids. CBD is just one of those. So we are really just scratching the surface of all the possibilities this incredible plant can do and to help people with. So it's really cool to be a part of, this whole brand new industry that we've created and to see where it's going to go. So if you're considering, joining an advocate, if you're looking at different companies, maybe you're coming over from another company or you're new to direct sales, there's really a few things that you kind of want to look at and make sure that they check the boxes. So the first is the product. Is this a product that people want and people need? Absolutely, hands down. The nice thing about our products too is that they don't discriminate. So any mammal can benefit from hemp-based wellness. That means your kids can, that means your parents can, that means your animals can. Anybody with a spine can take cannabinoids and find benefits with it. So we are able to cast a huge net and be able to capture those customers, which is really exciting, and be able to help them feel and live better, which nothing feels better than that. Something really interesting that I love to share is that we have a 72% customer retention rate, which is really important to know because that means people aren't just buying our products once. 72% of our customers are reordering, and that's because they're getting results and they're feeling better. And once you start feeling better, you don't want to be without these products. So us as advocates and on the business side, that's a huge win with customers reordering at that rate. The comp plan. We love to help people here, but also some of us are in it to make a few dollars. And so if you're new to direct sales, basically how it starts is you get a kit and you get to sign up. You get your websites up and running live for you. It's a turnkey business. We don't worry about keeping any inventory or stock. Shipping is all handled by corporate. We have no purchase requirements as advocates, which is awesome. And there's no recruiting requirements either. So basically somebody goes to your website if they're interested in products and they make a purchase and you earn a commission. There's no income caps and we get paid weekly and monthly as well, which is great. We also have two really cool specifics to our comp plan that I think make us stand out in the social selling world. And one is called the placement suite, which at a certain rank is unlocked. And this basically allows you to move people within your organization that you personally bring in. So this really helps to help your team, not only you grow, but helps your team grow. And it really helps build a really great culture of building leaders within your organization and help build belief within your organization as well. It's a really neat feature and you can kind of be like the master of your organization. And then we also have something called the check match bonus, which is really exciting. Once you hit another rank, it is the ability to get paid a check match on all of your personally enrolled people every single month. And that ranges from 5 to 25%, depending on your rank. And it's it's a huge portion of your paycheck, especially if you are a really strong recruiter. So that's awesome. The community is super important. You want to make sure you're aligning yourself with people that you love and you trust and you want to be around. And I really feel like our community that we have here really stems from our founders. I mean, they are hearts of gold and they really built a brand and a foundation around what's most important to them, which is family. And our team is like one big family too, which I love. And I was talking about our comp plan and that, that placement suite really lends into, encouraging building belief within your organization. And the support, we have so much support. So if you are brand new to direct sales, it doesn't matter. I had no experience before. I knew CBD worked. I didn't know much about what it was. I knew nothing about direct sales, but we have all the systems in place for you to really easily plug and play, all the trainings that you could need to be successful here. And then the last is timing. I talked about the CBD industry, which is really important to understand, but we also have really set a foundation, I like to say. Being 4 years in, we launched February of 2019. So we're in our 4th year. And our first year projection was we were supposed to do about $300,000 to $500,000 in sales in 2019. That would have been considered a really successful year for us. We ended up doing 11.5 million our first year, which is huge. And it really just shows that people are looking for a clean, quality CBD and hemp-based brand that they can trust. Year 2, which was 2020, the weirdest year for everybody, we doubled it. We did over 24 million that year. And then year 3, we doubled it again. We did over 48 million. And, of course, we're hoping to double it again this year, which is really exciting. And, now we have all the marketing in place. Corporate is growing like crazy. We are teed up for huge momentum phase, which we're expecting to have here soon. And it's just a really exciting time to be, part of the Green Compass family. So we've got 3 different kits that are amazing options for you to get started. All of our kits are about a 50% discount on all the products that you get. You can use them for yourself and your family. You can sample them out. You can turn around and sell them to earn your investment back. It's up to you what you want to do with those products. But then you get to work, and we'll be here to hold your hand every step of the way with whatever success looks like for you. And, some people come into this business and they're looking to get their products for free. You could do that here. People are looking for a vacation fund. People are looking to replace full-time incomes and, even dream bigger than that. And it's all possible here. And I love the ability to be able to sell that dream to people, because here at Green Compass, it's 100% possible. So that's kind of my spiel for tonight. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and we'll stop the recording. And if you guys have any questions, we'd just be so happy to answer them. So thanks, y'all.